How old were you when you first learned about the birds and bees, and how did you learn them?
Probably 7 or 8 with the very basics.
I want to say I was pretty young. I think I was about maybe 4.
I think I was 7 when I learned how everything worked, and it was on a school bus from the big kids.
I guess I wasn't really learning, but I was exposed to the birds and the bees at a very, very young age by accident.
They were always talking about it. They were always talking about masturbating and condoms and finger banging. Oh my gosh.
I remember this quite vividly, actually. I was in the apartment. I was getting ready to watch my favorite show, Babar. And apparently, my parents accidentally taped over my favorite show with some porn.
I think in my family we're pretty open, so we used the right words, penis and vagina. And
kids who grew up in my generation, our parents was very hushed and ashamed and uncomfortable, and my parents were that way.
Definitely not from my parents.
I remember going home and asking my friend's mom, what does that mean?
I pretended like I didn't realize what I saw, although my little head knew exactly what I saw.
I kind of grew up out in the country, and if we learned anything, we probably learned it from animals.
And I remember we had a book.
I believe it was called Where Do Babies Come From?
I remember the pictures, and I remember being really interested in the pictures.
It gave just enough information, and the visuals were perfect.
Teaches you about the penis and the vagina and the egg and the sperm and all that stuff.
And from little on up to adult.
I honestly believe that I learned most of what I knew from that book.
Probably 6th grade.
I would say I know that for real, like our sex ed class, I was in 6th grade.
I remember being in 5th grade, and we had the boys go in one classroom and the girls go in one classroom, and they talk about the reproductive organs, and you talk about getting like your period and things like that.
And I learned through TV, learned through my friends.
I don't even know if I can say this, but we had like the black box, and it was channel 99, and curiosity got the better of me.
Just so happened when I came home, I had to talk to my mom about it.
I had a boyfriend, my first boyfriend, and my mom, one day, very matter-of-factly, we were getting ready for school that morning, and
it was like, I know you're kissing. Are you doing something like that? What's going on, You know about birth control? You need those kind of things, to stop babies from happening, so.
The only thing I would hear from my mom is, you better not be pregnant. And that was like the only, and I didn't have to ask like, how would I get pregnant? Like, I knew just not to get pregnant. Just don't do anything close to me getting pregnant.
She said, Evie, there's a difference between, and she used the F word, and making love. And I thought I was going to die.
Also, you talk to your friends in high school, it's kind of like everybody's doing it, Or they lied and said they were doing stuff like that and they really weren't. So I kind of learned from everybody.
I had some older brothers, and they had a drawer in their bedroom. One of the drawers had a lock on it.
There was things that I learned from my older brother, most definitely.
So of course, I had to see what was in the drawer with the lock on it.
And it wasn't probably until middle school I started staying the night at friends' houses and seeing videos we shouldn't have seen, and I saw the down and dirty pretty quick.
I remember I'd even bring one of my girlfriends over and we'd watch, and it wasn't, I wasn't excited about it, but I was just very curious.
And it wouldn't open, so I had to pull on it, and I could reach my skinny little fingers and arm through the lock and pull out a magazine, and then that's where I learned a lot of stuff.
Those were my educational videos. Sorry, Mom and Dad.